Good morning, everybody, and welcome to my Ascension Messages. My name is Bobby Richardson, and I will be your guide for today. It's so good to see already so many people in the chat bar having a chat. Hey, Melly and Sky, good to see you guys. Okay, today we're going to do a tarot reading on May. So this is all the energies of May. So let's get into the story of May, right? I did do a bit of channeling, just like quiet meditation, and got some messages through as well before I start the tarot. Don't forget, I am an intuitive counselor reader, and if you would like to book a session with me, my link is down below. And I am putting together some masterclasses at the moment. A lot of work going into those. So I'm up to the 4th video at the moment. Actually, I've finished that, and I'm going into the games and stuff like that. And we're going to be doing a few. So there'll be 4 videos plus games. I think might be 5 videos, depending if I can put it on the end of the telepathic lesson. All to do with stilling one's mind, coming into balance, bringing in the imagination, figuring out how to actually work our mind. This is all guidance that my guides taught me. I didn't read it in a book. I just followed the advice of them throughout my years of listening to their guidance, and right up till learning that I could be a channeler. And I absolutely 100% believe that everybody in this world that is moving up into the higher frequencies is going to bring in the universal language of telepathy or channeling, whatever you want to call it. So this is like my lessons to help guide you, and what I was taught by my guides to branch into becoming a channeler for yourself, and then you become your own sovereign power, being able to gain wisdom through the information that your soul knows, as well as all of the benevolent beings and Mother Earth and others that you can connect to as well. So that's what those classes are all about. There will be some lives as well, not lives, sorry, Zoom calls as well through those videos. So you'll get 4 videos plus games and Zoom calls with me as a class. And yeah, so it'll be a lot of fun, and it's over a span of 2 months. So if you're interested in those, I will be putting up a price for those as well. The first video I will bring out for free, because I just want people to learn at least how to balance their mind. And a lot of people that are on my chat bar already know all that anyways. So but the rest of the classes, I will have to, I have to make an income. So that's what that's about, so that I can actually get off my day-to-day job and make an income and support myself as well. So I think it's a fair exchange. Okay. Here we go. Let's get into May, though. The channeling that I got when I went first into it was really interesting. I saw these little kind of, don't know what to call them, little not hobbits, little men, but they were kind of annoying. And there was a few of them around me, and they were just annoying. And then I stood up. So it's like the energy of this annoyance that was around me. And I stood up and I held their hand. It was like it's like I come to terms with something within me that was annoying me in the past. And it's like a clarity that was happening of being able to connect with that and accept it as part of who I am, and not deny it. It was almost like the annoyance was me. Like going, no, that's not me. No, I can't accept that part of myself. And so I feel in May there's this chance to accept a part of yourself that maybe before you would have gone, I'm not going to accept that as myself. But it's actually something that could actually help you in the future. Then when I joined hands with them, it was really interesting. they started to look up to me because I seen them from a higher perspective. I was taller than them, and I was seeing them from this higher perspective, and it was just love anyway. But then in the end, it's like they formed into balloons, and then the balloons rose me even higher, and then the balloons ended up turning into an eagle, and I was being carried. So it was very much like in May, there's this whole other platform where we can raise our level of consciousness to. And they're bringing me to the past when just before, everything went wrong in 2020 for humanity. They had to go home and look at themselves and all that sort of stuff, what happened around the world. Then when that happened, there was like a portal that was opening up for humanity, for us, or to level up to another state of awareness or consciousness. And back then, when it was starting to happen, we ended up having to close, and I literally feel it now, close down to go home because we weren't quite ready. We weren't quite prepared for that up leveling. So the ones that were in resistance of us kind of pushed their agenda down on us, which actually squeezed us into a position of needing to really look at self, really, 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 really look at self. And then, so that portal it's not that it got closed off, it's just that it gave us this amount of time. And that's why we've been in this patient game for a while, and anticipation of something's coming. It's literally felt like that for the last few years. Something's coming. And now it's almost like in May, it's like the up leveling to, you know what, you're ready now. This is the time when you can expand your awareness, your consciousness, your ability to see beyond the program, the ability to raise up into your authentic self. You're taking your power back. There's a shift that can happen. It's not, and if it doesn't, it's okay. It's going to be open from now on. So it's like a place where that vortex or portal within you is now ready. But remember, when we start to step into something new, it literally feels a bit wobbly. I have spoken about that before. When you start a new self, like bringing in a new awareness of self, if you infuse more love into your body, you ignite more of your cells within your body, more wisdom can come through, and with that you end up opening up, but it's like a wobble, because it's just literally like starting a new job. So if when I went live for the first time and started channeling a couple of years back, 3 years back or whatever it was, then I it was that first anticipation into that. So you get that kind of feeling of, I'm not quite sure yet, but I know I'm going on the right path. So there's something in May that is a feeling of not being quite sure, but knowing you're on the right path, seeing more things from an observer point of view instead of getting entangled into the stories now, which is what was pulling humanity's consciousness into a limited consciousness anyway, was us believing in somebody else's story that was only taking us to their limited reality. That didn't really help humanity's growth at all. It kept us stuck. And that's why we felt like we were becoming slaves to the system and so forth. We literally were, but now there's this opening coming up, especially for those that are that usually watch me, because I'm pretty out there in the way that I bring things across. Hey Mark, hey Linda, good to see you guys. Really cool. Oh, you're hanging in there for the video from the Lyran still. Sorry, I've just been, I haven't done any extra videos because yeah, that's true. I forgot about that because I've been so involved in the master classes. Honestly, it will come up in the future. I'm not going to push myself though, it's not what it's all about. It's all about us trusting your own path, right? Okay, May. Let's see what the tarots bring. Look, a whole heap just flipped over there. Now, obviously, I'm not going to take a look at all of those, but I really feel just with that, it's like there's a lot of difference. There's something different that's changing us up. We're ready to take this path. They're showing me this dream. Sorry, I haven't even gone into the tarots. They're showing me this dream that I had, and it's kind of exciting. And it was when all of the hoo-ha just started happening, and they showed me this path. And it's a long time ago that I saw this dream, but I knew it was the journey of humanity. And it was confronting because there was a big storm coming. There was this robot kind of Dalek mechanism that you could look into, and it had all this like robotic kind of, you know, mechanisms inside of it. But then when I saw the storm coming, and that was literally what we were living in, and they were like, exterminate, just like the Daleks on Doctor Who, kind of thing. And the storm was behind them, and I'm like, we've got to get up, we've got to move. So it was like that feeling of we've got to go inwards now. This is the only way out of this, is to follow this path of intuition. So in the dream, I started following a path, and it was like breadcrumbs of lights, like little lights, glowing things that were on the ground. And I started to follow these kind of signs on the way. And then I come across somebody who was gifting me more. And then we ended up coming together as there was 4 people coming together. So there was this unity coming together to ride the river. There was a river that was going to take us on this new bend, and then when we went, we couldn't see around the corners. So we felt in those years, which is just literally, I'm feeling from 2000 and late 2019 to now, we've been on this kind of river that's done all these turns and stuff where we never knew what the next corner was. And I remember the last corner was this big wish, like what you thought was going to happen is going to change. And it's because it was all meant to be for you to find your inner authentic self. And it was so different to what was in the past, that and it's like bringing in this whole huge empowerment of goddess, God within, understanding the power of you being the creator of your universe, that you had to go on this big journey of not understanding, and it brought you more and more into the moment. It's literally what happened with, like, I met my beautiful friend and thought that it was going to be a partnership. Isn't going to be a partnership. Everything became unstuck. Still, he wanted to I'm still here because we're good friends, and we're having, we're just kind of coinciding together. But it's like my whole life has been, I don't know what's happening in the future kind of thing. So it's pushed me to living in the moment, because if I get in my logical brain, I get all anxiety. But if I stay in the present moment, which I have most of the time, I'm really knowing that this is the right thing. Everything's happening for a reason, and it's pushed me into making the master classes and stuff. And I wanted to share that with you because it was my authentic journey, and I had to do this. This was so important, not just for me, but for my mission, for humanity's consciousness, for everything. It was really important to do these master classes. So see what I'm saying? There's this big wish of, oh my God, your whole world might feel like it's crumbling. So if that's going to happen, if it's happening now for you, or it's going to happen from May onwards, if you feel discombobulated in that, it's just because it's taking that massive turn into really you deflecting and looking at yourself to find that next authentic power within you of who you are and where you're really supposed to be. So whether you've taken the turns and all that in the past up till now, but they're showing me May is like this it's like this vortex of potential for you to find yourself. Okay, I've got to get some cards now. Let's keep going on, otherwise channeling, which isn't a bad thing, obviously. love it because I trust it so much. Okay, here we go. Let's see what the story is going to come out for May. Okay, we've got a couple that flipped over them. Okay, one is, wow, we've got belong to your own dream. See, this is exactly what I was picking up on. Create your own life. This is absolutely perfect for what I was talking about. So she's going inwards. She's lying there. She's trusting the moment. She's trusting her feelings, who she is from the inside out. That is enough for her to make the next step. She doesn't need somebody else to tell her who she is anymore. She is trusting her own dreams. She's using her imagination to conjure up something beautiful in her life. What, are you happy with your life now? Like, really go within in May and figure out, are you happy? What are you not happy with? Like, change up that that proverbial canvas in front of you of your life and where you really want to go. You are the dream maker. You are the creator. When you take responsibility for that, and even if something negative, so-called negative, comes towards you, you can see it for what it is and move around it and move past it. You can feel into the energy. You can trust who you are now. There's this vortex within you that's opening up of faith of who you are as the sovereign identity of source energy within, and it's just, and you are that. So this is perfect. 32, belong to your own dream. 32 adds up to a 5. 5 is journeying for me in numerology. It's taking new journeys and not being afraid. It did come up with this other card, albino alligator, magical protection is necessary. It was in reverse, so it came out like this, and it was underneath. And I feel like that magical protection is necessary. Yes, it's necessary, but it's coming from you because you know thyself now, and you know that you can shift and turn and create. You can make different choices than what you did in the past. So your choices before in the past would have maybe, I'm not really sure who I am. Maybe this person knows better for me. Maybe I should try this out. And it was always tentative. And so when you walk into a reality that's you're not sure of, it will always come back to, are you sure? Are you sure? And you'll go, how come it keeps on fighting me? How come my outside reality is fighting me? And like, I put a protection spell around me and all that, but it was all from like making crystal patterns around you, or thinking in an outside way, not protecting yourself from the inner core of, you know what, I'm going to go down this path. I'm going to see what it's like, because I can get out of it whenever I feel like. I can choose a different path when I feel like. When you can choose another path and create something else at any given moment in your life, you are free. You are literally free. So it's all to do with how we can empower ourselves and choose at different moments. You know how they constantly are going on, oh, women are wishy-washy and that sort of thing in the past, and now they always flip in and they change their mind, and it used to come down on that. That's because the logical mind that was in charge, and the masculine mind that was in charge, was like trying to keep the story straight, and it didn't like all those turns and bends and everything like that, because it's not, but it wasn't meant to like create the story. And so it was trying to control something it wasn't supposed to do. Okay, let's see what else comes up for. This is 2 packs, by the way. So I have, these are Lucy Cavendish's, if anyone wants to know, Shapeshifters and Alice in Wonderland put together. That's why there's so many cards. If anyone wants to know. Artemis, gosh, you're up early, was going to sleep in. What on earth am I here for? Is this my tribe? Maybe it is. Well, I'm not. I'm actually 7 o'clock. in the morning here, so in Australia. I'm actually from New Zealand and from a little town called Kaipoi, just outside of Christchurch. It was hit worse with that big earthquake that happened years ago. Okay, May. Just a little snippet of myself. May, come on, May story, please. What's happening in May? Sometimes I get so excited I hold the cards too tight, I think. May, there we go. That one flipped out. Okay, we've got one more that's come out. Changed in the night. You have changed quickly. Number 11. Oh my gosh, this so works out. Wow. Yeah, exactly. Like 11 is the manifestal number. It's one of the coded numbers that helped awaken humanity because they kept seeing 11, 11 everywhere. It was put as a code within us to awaken us into the fact that we were the creators of our own reality. I'm an 11 master number and 11 life number. It's just, I've got like 1111. It's just crazy in my numerology. And it's almost like us that hold that number, we were already half awoken in retrospect to be able to work with spirit right off the start. And then because of that, we ignited others. So others started to see 11s everywhere. It's the number 1, right? So it's the first number that is stepping into some new pattern, and 11 is 2, and that's like the next progressive number into coming together with your divine self, like your 2 hemispheres of your brain, and then in reflection your divine partners and so forth in the future or now, and then 1111. So it just keeps going to 3, 4. So it's all progressional, keeps moving up into creating, learning to create. These are the steps that are already infused within your core self, into your cells, of how to create the next step, until you recognize that you are the creator of your reality. And because it says change in the night, May could be a time that you really flip from one state of awareness to another, like literally that spinning particle that they found in quantum physics that would spin and then pop out of existence because it's outside of the person that was observing it, their ability to be able to see it. If someone was in a higher frequency, they would still see it. And then it would pop out maybe as it went even faster, so it would go beyond them. So there is a actual frequency point that something will shift from observing or seeing life from a limited mindset to finding balance within myself and flipping into, oh my God, I'm the observer, I'm the creator, I can master this. I am the master of my own reality. There's a crow there too as well. So crows could be symbolic when it comes to us moving into these higher frequencies. They are the gateway between dimensions anyway. They reside on a lot of countries. They're messengers between worlds, between dimensions. So there's dimensions within ourselves that can be awoken, and it's all to do with you and your journey and your soul's journey, that sort of thing, because your soul's journey is authentically you, right? So not everyone's just been on the same journey. Even as a soul, every soul has gone on a different source energy alignment within themselves. And yes, they might have gone with a few and then split off and tried something new and then come back and all that sort of thing. That reminds me too, guys, just before I forget, I had this incredible download yesterday, and it was all to do with what happens to humanity after they die. And it's like the step by step of what happens. It's incredible. And I'm thinking of either putting a video, like an actual video to it, or I might go live with this one. I'm not sure. I really want this message to get out there. So if there's anyone watching that has more subscribers than me, it would be a good one to really branch out with an interview or something, because it's just phenomenal information, I feel. Any case, that will help many people understand a lot more of what happens before, when we actually pass on. Okay, so we've got that. I just see, is there any more of this? I just love this energy. This energy in May is going to be a doozy. It's very focused upon creating something new. Oh my God, like, I wonder what will happen next. Like this wonder we are sitting on in May. We don't know. It's like my logical brain will be going, what the heck? Everything's changing. Everything's shifting. Ready to adventure. Precipice of change, which is literally like you're sitting on the edge of this cliff, just jumping because you know thyself now. Pause before action. This is like you're sitting, this May is literally getting ready to jump into a whole new you. It's a whole new you, because you are the one that is the central point of your creating. So when you jump and you are like, I know who I am and I know what I can create. I know what I will bring in. I know what I will ignore now. I know what makes me happy. I know what doesn't. You make completely different choices, but the logical mind will be like, it's only used to grabbing from the past and going, wow, you got to protect yourself, never go down that path again. But the thing is, from an outside point of view, that path might show up again, but it's in a totally different energy. So it's like they're showing me two paths, one on top of another, and it's the same path, but you're coming from a higher perspective because you know yourself more. You could take that same path because you're now navigating that path a lot easier than what you were in the past. So May could be to do with understanding that we're navigating our path a lot easier. That is a lot that's turning up at the moment anyway. I just love these cards. Belong to your own dream. Magical protection is necessary. Change in the night. Wondering what's going to happen next. Like you can see the story developing through May. It's just this beautiful. Where do you want to go? Where does humanity want to go? What do we want to do with the understanding of taking back our imagination again? What do we want to, how do we want to play this game? There's a lot of people out there, right, that are going to be asking for help from those like you that understand this now and navigate through your life a lot more clearer. Are you going to go back and not go back literally into their energy, but know that you can like step into their vortex for a little bit because you can change it out and go help them? Like, and how's that going to look? What's that? Are you going to form a business? Is it going to be something that you want to just be present in the ever moment and walk down the street and know that you're changing people by your vibration? There's so many other things, so many things. Do you want to get into herbal medicines again and really ignite that into the understanding of being able to work with the elementals and so forth? And, you know, there's just so much more. And if you decide I want to become, you know, the channeler of my own life and telepathy and that, what do you want to do? How do you want to progress with that? Are you going to do the inner journey, the inner work all by yourself? Or do you want to, you know, tag along with a group and have fun with that group? Or do you want to just ask source energy? You know, there's so many different paths that you can go on. But there's going to be more opportunities opening up because the more of us that take our authentic self back, the more that others are going to be able to have different opportunities. So then, like me presenting master classes and stuff, I'm using myself as an example, I know, but not trying to advertise, it's just keeps coming up. But just if there is somebody that is doing something, you now have the opportunity to move in with them as well and learn from that. So it doesn't matter who it is and what they're doing, but it's just that the more that the guides that take responsibility and create businesses or work with energies or understand their alignment and their path and their missions and stuff, they're present with themselves, they can change so many more people. So that's an awakening that's happening as well. We'll take another pack here of cards and see what else we've got for May. The journey of May, right? Mindfulness. I like this. Emotional desert and talents guide. So we have mindfulness, peaceful presence, quiet mind. And this is just like we have to learn how to find this within ourselves. If we're to be the navigators of the next reality, the seers of creating something new in this world, then we need to know how to find peace of mind within oneself at any given moment and return back to that. So literally, I'm also seeing within here like this vortex opening up, clouds and skies behind her, and she's becoming more. She's becoming her background. She's becoming that right hemisphere, that connection to way more information coming through because of her mindfulness, because she knows how to control her mind, which is literally my first lesson of my master classes. Okay, then we have the emotional desert that comes with that. Inactivity and isolation. Now this card here, the emotional desert, is really interesting for me because even before I knew who I was or anything like that, I was like in my 20s or so, completely enclosed into the limited, programming that everyone else was, getting down myself and all that. But every now and then there was moments within myself where I would be standing in front of this vast desert, and it was this I can't even describe it, euphoric excitement of creating. And it's almost like I knew there's this adventure to take, and it felt like a preface before I was born. And I would stand there and go, I am creating this, like all of this world. And I felt like I was a creator of worlds, and before me was this vast desert that I could, through my imagination, will newness into this vast desert and create the adventure as I went. And it was so exhilarating, so euphorically exciting to know the power of oneself to be able to create. And that's what I'm also getting from this vastness of just standing there. And see, there's this little island here of a lagoon and palms and stuff like that. And because it's like that first essence of water, of emotion, of sprouting something to be reborn. And this is all of us, that our chance in May to be able to sprout something new. And then look, talent guides. You become the guide. Spirit mentors and teachers, you become the teacher. I literally, before they kept showing me this pack, and that was the card that they showed me, was the teacher. So cool that's come out. Spirit mentors and teachers. We're becoming the teacher, but not from a logical mind point of view where we're like, you have to do it this way. We are the creators of our world, and with that become automatically the guides to others, teaching them to be the creators of their world. You cannot go wrong when somebody's empowered to create the beautiful things that they want. They wouldn't want to create something in disbalance and disharmony anyway, and it wouldn't line up with the rest of you anyway. So it would be over there in a disalignment, in an unbalanced situation over there. You know, you'd be the observer of it, but it won't be in alignment with source energy, God within themselves. It won't be in alignment. So this is all about you now wheeling your imagination. This is a great time for my master classes to be spread out there, honestly. I don't mean it to be like an advertisement, but honestly. Hey, Celtic, good to see you there. Thank you for coming on board. Okay, so that's really, really cool. Really good feeling about May. It's been a build-up. It's been a build-up till now. And it's been a hard journey. And I know those that have taken the journey of self-improvement and working through the shadow selves and stuff, those that have taken that journey, kudos to you. Take my hat off to you guys, because it's not been easy. You know, there's people out there that are like, you should be doing it this way, and all of that sort of stuff coming at us. And we're like, no, I have to go within. I have to know myself. I have to do the shadow work. I have to push through all of these places that feel disharmony around me, because I have to find the disharmony within me to be able to never allow that to be in lack of again. And it's not easy. So I've always said, even before I knew I was a channeler or anything, I take my hat off to humanity. Number one, because I saw what humanity had created out there without even having balance. But we still create these amazing, magnificent things, like, game parks and all that sort of thing, like beautiful buildings, cathedrals, and towers of just amazement, like really boats and planes, and like, look at what's been created, even though our imagination was held hostage by only that collective that wanted to keep us in a limited consciousness, and that was their game. That was what they were supposed to do. So no coming down on them, right? But can you imagine what we are going to create now that we are starting to take our power back, our imagination that was held hostage back, and we start navigating from our own self-knowing, authentic self. Okay, I've just picked up the animal cards, and the first one I see is horse, freedom. Your heart is pure and free. A great purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. And I know that people are tired out there. We've been through the mill, right? You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. That was a massive message too, that I got something to do with the winds of change as well. I forgot about that one, but yeah. So there's this winds of change that is happening. It's coming from an etheric place, because we are now starting to trust and navigate from the fact that we actually have etheric help. Yes, we could always say my guides, and it's kind of like an outside thing, but this is coming from an inner core understanding of resonating with those of higher benevolence. And that makes a big difference, because that means you can see them for who they are and the truth that they are for real. So just off the bat with the animal cards, straight off, freedom, the horses are running with us. Celtic, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Celtic, for putting that out there. I really appreciate you. I'm ready for your masterclasses. Thanks, Yanaka. Yay. we will do this together, and we will become the masters. We are becoming the masters of the next step. That's how it has to be. You know, when years ago, when the CYANIANS first came to me, they said, you will be appointing the seers, the seekers, and we are the ones that are going to see more than those. And because the logical side, the governments and all that were going to fall, everything's going to fall. And so we need to start. It's not even a need, it's just is. It's meant to be. It's part of purpose. It's part of humanity's evolution. We're stepping out. We've been brave enough to come to this reality. Oh my God, what a cool message. We've been brave enough to come to this reality, to learn to shift it from the inside out. We couldn't be the observers and just be the guides. We knew that we had to lower our energies into their energy, and to be able to find our way out, to be able to then go back and know that we can change it at any given moment into beauty, so that we never sit in their mess. We never sit in their mud. We're always floating above. We become the magical beings for them to understand, but we are in human form, and we are magic in human form then, so we can show them that there is a better path and that they have that magic within them as well. We are the igniters. We are flicking the switch to ignite them. We're like, literally, I see the match being stroked. You are that. You are not only the match. You are because you are not only the body. You are the flame. You are the one that ignites the heart. So much coming out here at the moment. I'm literally getting goosebumps down my legs as I channel this for May. May is a vortex, it's an opening. It's a, come on, do you want to come with me? And don't just leave it at May, they said. It's for it'll keep going. If you've still got layers to peel off, if you've still got a couple of things to peel away, let them happen. Trust the process. Trust the process. Yes, you might end up in a place where you go, I don't know what my future is holding anymore. It's the best place, because it's the place where you are learning to be the creator of your next steps. So then we come back into stillness. We use our imagination. There's so much more going to happen here. I can't believe how much is channeling through me at the moment. They're really wanting me to stand up and take this into the next level for everyone. Okay. Any more? Yeah, thank you. I can't see what that one is, but we've got a couple. I don't know whether to take those. I'll put those ones back. Okay, so we've got a couple more animal cards. We have Hawk, the messenger. As I'm talking about being the messenger for others. I love it. The awakening of the wisdom keepers. Thanks, Mark. Yes, we're all together in this. I think this is why they kept me so small for a while, because I couldn't branch out until I really acknowledged this within myself. And the same goes for you too. You guys as well. Like, we're all just this mirror, beautiful mirror of each other's potential anyway. Hawk, messenger, spirit is sending you messages. Open the greater vision to see the signs. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend into new heights. You couldn't get a better animal card. Hello. This is what May is bringing for us. Like, and I'm seeing the sun in the background. Feels like a Mayan thing. For some reason, the Mayan, there's something to do with the Mayans and their wisdom of knowing peace within oneself before it all got understanding the connection to Mother Earth, understanding connection to stars, understanding like it was all one, all to begin with, within oneself, and the potential always lied within you. It's so exciting. Okay, we have Goose, inner knowing. These are two birds. Didn't I see like the balloons turn into an eagle and flying? We are the observers of our reality coming into. We have a chance to become the observer, no longer entangled in the, but we can dip down, right? We can dip down and just, send a little message out there, maybe on Facebook, oh, we'll dip down, but we know how to pull ourselves back out into the sovereign self again, because so we're then free to be the guides for those that need help. We can dip and dive, and we're not poo-pooing ourselves for getting into that energy anymore. We're going, I'm in this energy, but I know in any given moment I can step out of it. So I'm free now to help those that are in those energies. Okay, let's read this. Goose, inner knowing. You are a brave traveler. Your soul knows the way. Be confident. You will achieve your destination. Loyal friends are always with you. Don't worry. You are blessed. Let yourself fly. I can't make this up, guys. 2 cards that fell out with the animal deck, and animals are right there with us, right? They are messengers. And remember I said about the crow and the change of the night. So the crow is the one that speaks to us. I literally just heard a crow then. I don't know if the microphone would have picked it up, but it's been going rah, 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 since I've been chatting. And I've had this time. It was really interesting many years ago, where I was in a very, very sticky situation where there was this person that was kind of really encroaching and pulling his energy over my energy. And I knew I had to get out, and I wanted to get out before he came home. So it was so interesting. I pulled out my great big van and outside, and there was this little bush. It was only like this, maybe a little bigger than me, but like not very big. And it just had, I'm talking 15 crows on this little bush, and they were all squawking really loud right next to me. And it was like, they're holding this for me. They were holding the energy for me to go in, retrieve all my gear, put it in my van before this person came home, because they weren't working. So they were just going on this walk, and I just happened to be there in the moment that I was just taking a risk. And as soon as I closed the door of the car to like put all my gear in, I was like opening and closing it the whole time to go in and out. As soon as I closed it for the last time, all those birds stopped squawking and flew off. And I knew 100% those crows were holding something, holding the temporal, I don't know what they're telling me now, the temporal timeline or something. So we can use, the animals are there that have gifts beyond our gifts even, that we can actually tap into, and they can actually shift timing and do all sorts of things with us. Can you imagine where this is going to go? This is going to go like, I can't believe this reading is just so cool. I'm so glad that I thought, oh, we'll do May. May will be just a normal tarot reading. Yeah, not just normal tarot reading. This is beyond. I'm literally burning up here too, so I'm going to have to put on my aircon. This is what happens when I stuck into this higher energy. Oh my gosh, guys, there is so much more. Okay, what else? Where else are we going with this? Do I take these cards? Yes. Okay, these ones are higher frequency cards. We might as well. The journey is taking us into higher frequencies, right? And so May is that literal portal within you that's starting to understand that you are creating this, and you can create way more. Like, what a good time, in May, to sit down, even if you can't draw, or write down exactly what you really want to have seen in your life. And it could be anything from, don't limit yourself. It could be anything from building a mega business that helps many, to just having the most peaceful life in a beautiful little garden, rosebush garden, and just having your own beautiful little home. It could be, I own a mansion that I love my home with my pool, my swimming pool that looks out into, you know, off the cliff of, I don't know, Montville or whatever, wherever you're close to a cliff, that just like has beauty everywhere. It could be the modernist building to the you know, log shack or whatever, anything that you like, to being able to be free to travel wherever you want. What do you really want in your, what do you want to be? Who do you want to be seen as well? Like not just the materialistic world, but who do you actually want to be perceived as in this next step up? Okay, we're going to go with the tarot, which is, this is actually oracle, but I haven't even done any tarot, but that's okay. Happy Beltane to all here present. Beltane, no wonder. See, here is the opposite, because yeah, because we're going into winter. Beltane is going into summer. Yeah, that's the other thing. See, they completely, such a logical program that stayed fast in the fact that the people coming from England was going to celebrate everything in the southern hemisphere exactly the same as the northern hemisphere. And so it just totally got just like, we didn't even accept everything in the southern hemisphere as its own divine timing of, you know, so that we had this balance happening of winter and summer. We, as from humanity's consciousness, we were collectively celebrating something on the other side of the world. It just was, it's literally what we were doing, is that masculine world was just being dominating over everything that was feminine. This crazy. So all that's got to change as well, and it will, because there's going to be people out there that have that oh my God, I've got to change that for humanity to see, and they will build these businesses that make it seen for the world. I'm talking not businesses and business. I'm talking about something that actually is abundant for themselves and gives to others. When I'm talking about that, it's their business, it's their work, it's their agenda of how to create not only the outside world shifting and sharing their gifts, but also receiving for themselves, so that they're not like sitting in a gutter. You can't help somebody else when you're in the gutter with them. You need to fill your life up with what you deserve, what you want. And they're bringing me into that. So, okay, back to May. Sorry. Going all over the show with this reading. May, all part of it though. I'm not taking those ones that flew out there because there's too many, but one flew and landed on top of the others. Deep cellular healing, Acrturians energy, physical and emotional healing. Oh, okay. So the Acrturians are very sensitive. They can feel more. They can see into more. They can see into more. You know how we can only see specific things. Bees can see more, and there's more animals out there that see more than what we do. They can see into ultraviolet and all that sort of thing. Acrturians can see into all of that. So when we become more sensitive within ourselves, and this isn't from a weakness, this is from a strength. The more that we align with ourselves, the more sensitive we become, the more that we know what we want in our outside world to match that frequency, the more we also have the ability to be able to shift things from a different, or see things from a different perspective. And when you see things from an all-knowing of, I understand that from where you're seeing it from a very low, I'm only seeing the material, seven chakra, seven color rainbow. And then there's more that's out there, like ultraviolet, X-ray. There's just so many more different energy visuals that we can see into. when you add one more to your persona of knowing who you are and how you perceive the world, everything changes. So I'm really feeling with this is that this is up leveling of, well, I feel more now, and so therefore I understand more, and so I'm now seeing the world from a different point of view. You see things from a different point of view. Artemis, you know what? I really hope and wish peace and grace for all and Mother Gaia. Yes. It is. This is how we're doing it, though. We find it within us, and then it naturally will match up outside of us. We have to find that peace within us to match, and then we show the rest of the world that we can live on this world with peace and grace within us. It's very exciting what's coming. It's very exciting. There's no turning back now. Absolutely no turning back now. It was all meant to happen anyway, but I just love this. It's like a pivotal point of jumping off that proverbial cliff into this fifth dimension. And knowing how to wield time, because you've had to go through the fact of the fourth dimension, which is time, understanding that time doesn't even exist, that you can jump from one time leap to another and shift this and shift that, and because you're seeing everything from this other perspective of real. Imagine if you could go back in time and you can change the frequency, then you change the whole story. So there's so much more. It's whether it's your, it's also the thing is whether it's your purpose or not, and you will know it because you'll get so excited when you hear about it, when you feel into it. Okay, any more messages, please, for May? Any more messages for May? Thank you. We have the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. No way, Jose. You can't make this up, right? You know I've done cards before, and the negative Nelly cards that come out and all of that. Look at this. The blue flame, which is where the CYANIANS reside. They're like the part of the blue ray. So CYANIANS are beings that are the Pleiadians that have branched off from Pleiades and reside in the frequency of very close to oneness. So they see all different observational points of all different dimensions and spaces and times and all that. And there's a whole heap of others with them. They literally come together as one. Blue rays could be Acrturians. They could be Acrturians. They could be anything that has risen their level very, very closeness, very, very close to oneness. And the CYANIANS are the name of the Pleiadians that are, that's what I was told, that are these blue ray beings. And that's literally where my reality has come from. Like I am part of that CYANIAN experience. And this is, and the big reason why I know why is because the elder that I work with literally told us that. So it was really interesting. But spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. So this is the vortex within us. There is this higher purpose for humanity's consciousness reaching into learning to create for thyself. The lesson has been done. The lesson of the logical masculine mind overruling everything is over. It's over. It's finished. The end. Sorry. It's, has to be put in its place. It's not that the feminine side overrides, though. It's that we come together within us, within our own harmony of ourselves, of knowing we are source energy, wielding more love on this physical world. we're God itself wielding more energy on this physical world, prime creators, whatever, on this physical world. And so we start to come into more wisdom. We start to come into more knowing. We connect. We know when a tree feels like it doesn't want to be chopped down. We know when certain parts of Gaia herself needs space. We know when we are allowed to build, where we're allowed to build our buildings. We know what plants want to grow for us. The plants know also what vitamins we need, the soil that needs certain vitamins and all sorts of things for us to reside in. We no longer take this delusional place where we've just sort of plonked a town in the middle of nowhere and expected it to survive. Literally, Christchurch, when Christchurch was born over in New Zealand, created over in New Zealand, the Maoris who were connected to the land said, why would you put a town there, a city there? And then they turned around and said, we don't care. And the Maoris were saying, that's swampland. It will return to swampland. What happened with the big earthquake that happened in Christchurch? Many of the houses went into swamp. Like, I literally walked the streets where the mud had risen into the houses. Like, it was swampland. It was never meant to be the purpose of building. It was needed for an emotional stability for New Zealand, for Mother Earth to have that swampland as it was. And so it will return back to that no matter what. And it was just a decision between humanity's consciousness and Mother Earth herself, whether she was going to allow it to carry on or not. So much more connection. And when we're connected like that, we make different choices. We just completely make different choices. It's so exciting as to what's coming up next. Okay, I'll just for our own people watching me, because this has been a very out there reading. Let's come back to just the human mind and the human's heart and the human soul. And okay, we're practically, I'll use the Osho cards. What's the lessons for May, please? What lessons for May, please? What's the lessons? Osho, can you give us any lessons needed for May? Oh, God. The lessons, it's a sun card, like source energy. Like we are invoking source energy within us. We're bringing more love, we're bringing more light, we're bringing more wisdom, because what is light from the source of all things? It's wisdom, it's information carried, and that information is carried through love. So love is light, is information, is wisdom. We are literally, our cells in our body is going to explode with more love that we're bringing into ourselves. And it's going to be a general, like, it has to come from a release of knowing that you are just love going on this journey, like really knowing that source. See, can you see? It's like a cell, like literally looks like little sperm going into the egg, right? It's literally been rebirthed into something new. Okay, that's the lesson of May. May is going to be a really interesting month. Ooh, especially for the light workers. You know, the rest of the story can happen over there, and whatever they want to try to bring into those people that are still asleep, doesn't matter. There's something magical happening with those that have done the work. Something, it might not be broadcasted on the TV and all that, but there is something really freaking magical coming into May. And that doesn't matter what hemisphere you're from, whether you're going into winter or whether you're going into summer. It is a balanced field, unity of both of us, inviting whatever season we're in with Mother Earth. We're becoming more balanced on Mother Earth. Any more messages, please? Lessons? Any more lessons? Okay, conditioning. We're stepping out. We're no longer, the cards are asking us, or the story, whatever. That we no longer, as light workers, need to pretend who we are not anymore. We're no longer pretending that we are the sheep, that we are to fit in. They don't want us to fit in. We need to take that sheep's clothing off and be empowered now and stand in our power. It's not to say that we go around going, I know everything, I'm a light worker, or anything like that. It's just being gracefully, uniquely, authentically, lovingly you in every moment. Move through your world with grace. Become the knowing that you don't even need to fight anything anymore. There's no resistance because you are above the resistance. Playfulness is on the bottom of the pack. Playfulness, beyond the illusion. So to play in the energy and also to have strength with this. Take courage. Oh my God, it just keeps going. The Fool, jumping off the proverbial cliff, like I said before, being the one of courageous one to step into this authentic you. Become the creator. Like this is just on the bottom of the pack. It just keeps coming. Become the creator, master of your creator, and create. Like the next card was creativity. Okay. I gotta stop. But the cards underneath that are coming into, like, we've got postponements. So this is where we've been. We've been in this postponement energy. Waiting. What are we waiting for? We're waiting for, well, we're actually waiting for ourselves to come into alignment of, you know what, I've had enough of this and I'm stepping out. I'm stepping into my authentic self. I can't do this anymore. and then it just all starts to like happen for you. It will happen for you. It's knowing thyself, and so that then the outside world will catch up to who you already know yourself to be. It cannot go any other way. It's beautiful. What an absolutely freaking awesome, fun reading was that. I really, really enjoyed that. That was awesome. And thank you so much for everybody in the chat bar and being part of this. So cool. So divinely guided, right, Em? Happy travels, so cool. So much is going to be happening for us. And sold both of my houses, sold and gave almost everything away, now stepping into a van. I was thinking of whether I should do that myself. I'm like, I really love my homes though. I love being in a home and making it beautiful. I love both. Although everything seems new to me now, I love this feeling of freedom and adventure. Oh my gosh, how exciting is that? So exciting. And happy travels for you. It's so cool. I love that you're happy with what your choices are. See, it's when we're not happy with our choices. Okay, just before I go, I did think I was going to just do this normal reading, and I was going to do a bit on, you know, we'll do success, our career, we'll do love. And it didn't turn out that way. It just turned into this great big light workers tarot reading. but let's see what the love cards say anyway, right? Let's just see what the love cards say anyway. Messages for those that are watching at the moment. Messages of love, romance, love, partners. Any messages, please? Nothing's coming out, right? Okay, here we go. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectation. Okay, so you might be shifting, if you are looking for a partner and you're shifting your whole kind of perspective of the world and everything, the person that might be coming in for you might differ from what you expect. It's not to say, don't say to yourself, oh, that person's different, so they must be the one. They've told me that they think I'm beautiful and I feel good around that. Step back, Feel into the vibration. Does it meet your vibrational needs of where you're really going? And then make a decision. Don't ever just jump in willy-nilly just because they are a bit different. Like, I just don't want people to just jump in and just go, oh, they were different. So. But keep an open mind. Like, be aware that this, because you're stepping into a new you could be attracting a new like looking at your partner in a different light, kind of like the logical mind and the intuitive mind now getting along, looking at the reason why the logical mind did, or the masculine did that and the feminine did that, looking at it differently. It could be that. So it could be somebody coming in that's already been in your reality before as well. So they could be coming back with a new look as well, because you see them from a different perspective. Or it could be that you are allowing somebody else to come in that's from a different perspective. I just had to do a little bit of love there at the end there. Love you guys heaps. Until next time, I will be going live Tuesdays and Thursdays. Don't forget. I'll see what happens. I definitely want to do something with those messages that came through about what happens to humanity when they die. Oh my gosh, that was full on messaging. Wisdom right there. So we'll see what happens with that one, whether I create a video or go live with it throughout the week. But in any case, are we still working on the masterclasses? They should be up and ready to go in June. They should be. I'm not going to say 100%, but I'm working towards that at the moment. It's coming anyway. I am working through them. Love you guys so much for being part of this beautiful group. Until next time, bye.